Black just played. King d4. Pause the video to find out White's response. Rook takes d5 check. Rook takes d5. Queen b4 check. King e5. Queen takes e7 check. King f5. Queen takes e3. Rook g8 check. Black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Knight e3. Pause the video to analyze White's next move. Queen h7 check. King f8. Black is aiming to play Knight takes d1 and secure a stronghold in the game. Knight h4 move preferred by White. White is preparing to play Knight g6 check. Queen takes g6. Queen takes g6 and increase their advantage significantly. Knight takes f1 played by Black. Rook takes f1. Rook e1. Black considers playing Rook takes f1 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook takes e1 move preferred by White. Queen f6. Black is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. White played King h2. Pause the video and try to predict Black's next move. Rook e4. Black's idea is to play Queen takes f4 check and dominate the board. Queen c3 move preferred by White. Rook takes f4. Queen g3. On h5. Rook takes e2. On h4. Black wants to play pawn takes g3 check and take decisive advantage. Queen takes f4 played by White. Queen takes f4 check. King g1. White is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. Black just played Pawn takes f6. Pause the video to spot White's next move. Knight f5 check. King f8. Black considers playing Rook a1 check. Queen c1. Rook takes c1 check and dominate the board. Queen takes f6 played by White. King e8. Knight takes d6 check. King d7. Black might go for pawn takes b2. Queen takes f7 check. King takes d6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight takes f7 played by White. Queen a8. Pawn takes c3. Rook a6. Black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Rook h4 check. Pause the video to figure out White's next move. King b3. Pawn e5. King a4. White is planning to play King a5. Pawn e4. King takes b4 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn e4 played by Black. King takes b4. Rook h3. King c4. White considers playing King d4. Pawn a5. Pawn c4. Pawn a4. Pawn c5 and take decisive advantage. Pawn a5 played by Black. King d4. White is planning to play King takes e4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn e3 move preferred by Black. King d3. Pawn a4. King e2. Pawn a3. Rook takes a3. Rook h2 check. King takes e3. King g7. Black has no response. Let's go to the next game. White just played Knight takes e5. Pause the video and try to find Black's next move. Knight takes h3 check. Pawn takes h3. Bishop takes f2 check. King takes f2. Queen h4 check. King e2. Knight takes e5. Bishop takes e6. Pawn takes e6. Bishop e3. Rook a d8. Black's idea is to play Queen h5 check. King d2. Rook takes d3 check and increase their advantage significantly. On d4 played by white. Queen takes h3. King d2. Knight c4 check. King c1. Knight takes e3. Queen d3. White is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. On g6 pause the video to analyze white's next move. Black is looking to play. On c3. Bishop e3. Queen d7. Rook f4. Queen takes d5 and establish a winning position. Rook takes f7 was chosen by white. King takes f7. Queen f4 check. King e7. Queen takes e4 check. King d6. Queen f4 check. King takes d5. Bishop f2. White is looking to play. Queen f3 check. Rook e4. Rook d1 check. Queen takes d1 check. Queen takes d1 check and dominate the board. Rook a d8 played by black. Queen f3 check. King d6. Queen f7. Queen b5. Bishop g3 check. King c5. Queen c7 check. King b4. Rook b1 check. King c3. Black is looking to play. Queen takes b1 check. King f2. Rook d2 check. King f3. Queen e4 mate and seize the initiative. Rook takes b5 was chosen by white. Rook d1 check. White is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. Black played. Knight takes f to pause the video to find out white's response. Black intends to play. On f6. Queen g2. Knight takes d1 and seize the initiative. Rook hg1 was chosen by white. White's idea is to play Queen takes g7 mate and take decisive advantage. On g6 played by black. Black is aiming to play Knight takes d1 and seize the initiative. Knight d5 was chosen by white. White considers playing Knight f6 check. King g7. Knight h5 check. King g8. Queen h6. Knight d3 check. Rook takes d3 and seize the initiative. Rook fd8 was chosen by black. Queen takes e5. Rook takes d5. Queen takes d5. Queen takes d5. Rook takes d5. On b5. Rook d7. White wants to play Rook f1. Knight h3. Rook takes f7 and increase their advantage significantly. On f5 was chosen by black. Rook e1. Knight e4. Rook ed1. Rook f8. Rook a7. Knight f6. Rook e1. Rook f7. Black wants to play Rook takes a7 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook e7 played by white. White might go for Rook takes f7 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook takes e7 was chosen by black. Rook takes e7. On f4. Rook e6. White wants to play Rook takes f6 and take decisive advantage. King f7 move preferred by black. Black intends to play King takes e6 and seize the initiative. Rook takes a6 played by white. On g5 black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. White just played. Queen takes c6. Pause the video and try to predict black's next move. Bishop d5. Black is preparing to play bishop takes c6 and increase their advantage significantly. Queen a6 was chosen by white. Bishop takes g2. Queen c4 check. King f8. Black wants to play bishop takes h1 and take decisive advantage. Rook g1 move preferred by white. White is preparing to play. Rook takes g2. Pawn takes e3. Knight c3. Rook b8. Pawn takes e3. Rook takes e3 check. King f1 and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes e3 was chosen by black. On f3. White wants to play rook takes g2 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop takes f3 played by black. Queen f4 check. King g8. Black considers playing queen d1 mate and gain a significant edge. Queen takes f3 move preferred by white. Rook f8. Black's idea is to play rook takes f3 and take decisive advantage. Queen c6 move preferred by white. Queen d4. Black intends to play on e2. Rook takes g7 check. Queen takes g7 and dominate the board. Queen takes h6 move preferred by white. Queen takes b2. Queen takes g7 check. Queen takes g7. Rook takes g7 check. King takes g7. Knight a3. Rook f2. Black intends to play king h8. Knight c4. Rook takes c2. Knight takes e3. Rook e8 and establish a winning position. Rook d1 move preferred by white. Rook e8. Rook d3. Rook e4. Black is aiming to play rook takes h2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight b5 was chosen by white. Rook takes c2. Rook c3. White's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black just played king e8. Pause the video and try to predict white's next move. King d6. King f8. King takes e6. King g8. Black intends to play king takes h7 and seize the initiative. Rook h5 was chosen by white. White is preparing to play on d5. King g7. King takes f5 and establish a winning position. Rook takes d4 played by black. King f6. On f4. Rook takes h4. Rook d8. Rook g4 check. King h7. On e6. Rook f8 check. King e7. White is setting up to play king takes f8 and gain a significant edge. Rook f5 played by black. King d6. White is aiming to play on e7. Rook f6 check. King e5. Rook g6. Rook takes g6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook f6 move preferred by black. King e5. White is planning to play king takes f6. On f3. On e7. On f2. Rook h4 check. King g8. Pawn promotes to rook at e8 mate and take decisive advantage. Rook g6 move preferred by black. Black is aiming to play rook takes g4 and gain a significant edge. Rook takes f4 played by white. Rook g5 check. King d6. White might go for on e7. Rook g6 check. King d7. Rook g7. Rook h4 check. King g6. Rook g4 check. King f6. Rook takes g7 and establish a winning position. Rook g6 was chosen by black. Rook e4. Rook h6. King d5. King g6. On e7. Rook h5 check. King d4. Rook h8. On promotes to queen at e8 check. Rook takes e8. Rook takes e8. King f7. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game.